back here. When you come from back here,
What's cool
that's
about
gay to me.
yeah,
but a man, you gonna come from here because you.
knew it was coming. I mean, it wasn't like it was quick. It was from New York. He went way back there.
He had
by
enough
the
time to
shoelace.
duck.
Oh, man,
Block.
come on. You know Chris
Move
Rock
back.
ain't from the hood. That's the East Coast hood. Because it would have been an automatic reaction from anybody where I'm from to hit you straight back. That's all it is to it. You ain't getting
Yeah.
off one and ain't going to take one. You got to take one if you're going to give one.
I know. Listen, man. I got a few people on the live. Please comment. Let me know what y'all felt about it
Yeah.
too, and then I'll let the people know how
Yes.
you know how y'all
I
felt
see,
about
my
the
people,
situation.
I see my people on live.
It
trying to-
was, but
Yeah.
I look at it like this: Chris Rock knew what he was doing, so he was wrong for doing it. Will Smith not only was wrong, but it was a sucker's move.
And wait, hold on. The reason why it was a sucker move too, Brandon, is because Will Smith, if you watch the tape, actually laughed.
Mm-hmm. He
Right,
laughed when it
afterwards.
first happened.
So
Afterwards.
that
Yeah.
wasn't about what Chris Rock said. That was about some personal stuff. How Jada looked at him and was like, she gave him that. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you ain't
Yeah.
nothing. Look, you ain't about nothing.
That man bust when he told a joke. Will was one of the first people bust up laughing.
Yeah,
Now it could have been that what they call it, that nervous laugh.
yeah,
You know, you get caught off guard,
yeah.
you just fall in rather than just react.
Yeah.
But did you see the look that she gave when she rolled her eyes that way? Like,
And she gave him the nod, like, no,
no, that ain't cool.
I'd handle it.
Yeah, that was.
Go up there and do what you're supposed to do. If not, I'm going back to
And it like, then he get up there crying and talking about he's trying to be a protector.
yeah.
You got to understand one thing.
Well,
You know-
remember what he was. Now you got it. Now when you're on stage, when you guys are on stage, let me tell you,
Yeah.
when you're on stage, you are not Brandon. You're not Glenn, right?
No.
You take on a different persona, a different person. When I'm on stage, I take on a different person, a different
Right.
persona. There was a play I was in that I did something that was totally against my character,
Right.
you know, in how I treated a woman.
Right.
And I had to take on that role. And understand this, when you take on that role, guess what happens? You take on that role. And I can imagine what he had to deal with when he was dealing with Serena and her sister,
Yeah. The movie.
the movie.
Yeah.
When he had to take on that role
And be the
so, to
So
be
you
that
saying he
protector.
went up there as Richard Williams?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, you know, that mindset of when he got up there and he made, you know, what they call the apology that he made. When he said during that he had to be the protector. He had to be the protector to the girls that were playing Venus and Serena. He had to be the protector of the wife that was there because of the persona that he had as portraying that role. So I understood it somewhat. There is public service announcement. There is no reason for violence. Can
Okay.
I say that? No reason for violence.
No,
Okay,
that right
so
there.
go ahead. I'm going to shut up now.
No,
Sometimes I believe violence
no,
is good. But
that's
go
it.
ahead, though.
No, but that right there is, here's the whole thing. Was it a good move? Maybe at that time for him, he needed to make that for his stand or whatever was going on with his wife. Was it a good move professionally? Absolutely not. Because we cannot, in this world that is ran by the white folks, you cannot raise your hand as a black man. If they allow that to happen, do you know how many people will be getting whooped on daily?
Especially up against another black man.
Exactly.
So this is my question to you, gentlemen. How are you being a protector when you put everything on the line? How is that protecting when you go up there and you put not only your career on the line, your livelihood, like you're putting it all on the line? And say, just for instance, just freak accident, he go up there, he slapped that man, and I mean he give him a grown man slap, and that man fall back,
Hit his head.
hit his head,
And
and is out.
Then he going in the Sing Sing. He going in
Right.
Pelican Bay.
And you
Now,
have
you
thrown
on the
away
shoe
your
program.
everything
Okay.
because you reacted in emotion.
Okay, here's the deal. And I'm against that was off the chain. You know, I had a switch that you couldn't turn off, bro. It was like that. You know, you run up on me, it's getting, you know, whatever it is.
How old were you though?
I'm 20 in my 20s.
You in your 20s.
Yeah, I was
20.
not healthy.
How old is Will Smith now?
50 something. He up there with
50-something,
me.
yeah.
He's 56 about.
And you
I
up
know
there-
Chris Rock is 50,
So-
57, 56, 57.
Yeah,
somewhere
they
around
right in there with me.
Yeah.
They're all about the same age. So here's the deal with that too. As you get older comes wisdom. So with wisdom, your protecting becomes different because you're not doing the same things that you did before.
That part right
And
there.
you're not operating in the same consciousness as you did before. You know, like what's the old saying that say, make sure the brain is engaged before putting the, well, no, make sure the mouth is engaged or something like that before putting the body in motion.
Mm.
Meaning that don't just respond innately and run up there and swing on somebody before you think about the consequences. Because if you got kids, you got a whole profession, you got everything like that, you can lose all that in one smooth swipe.
Yeah.
And then you kill somebody, now you got to do time, partner.
That's what I said. You cannot protect nobody by putting everything on the line.
No.
So how you protect somebody when you in jail or you dead yourself because you reacted off emotions.
Yeah.
And then just as fast as you jump up and do that and mess your life up, she gonna have that young boy back in that house soon
The
as you
buck.
go.
Young buck.
Young stuff.
Sancho.
But another thing I don't get is like you jumping up, putting your whole career on the line to protect somebody's honor who made a career
Right.
destroying your honor.
Right.
This whole red table thing, this woman has made a career sitting at this coffee table talking about her husband, not in a positive, uplifting way, but every time she sit down, she's saying what's wrong, what he don't do, what we had to go through, what he brought to the table. I'm like, damn, is it I mean, when you,
What's really going on?
what's really going on?
You know, I understand what he's saying, and that's real. You know what I mean? Wait, real quick, I'm sorry. How did they get to this podcast on Facebook? I have them on my Facebook.
Oh, okay. If they go to Raise the Praise, you go to Raise the Praise, or you go to Go Ministry Pro, you'll be able to catch it there. Raise the Praise,
Raise the Praise. you
Raise the
guys.
Praise Network,
Shantae.
or Go Ministry Pro. I'm gonna share it on your page.
Okay.
I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna share it.
Let me see.
I'm gonna share it.
Miss
Post.
Shantae,
yeah.
I got
Share,
Miss
copy link.
Shantae, the mentor.
Hey,
He
so
said-
we can
if
get
I'm hoping I
everybody
said
on
that
here.
right, baby, the mentor.
Yeah, we want to get everybody on
He
here.
said it was staged. Follow the money.
You know what? Thank you. Thank you.
It was
That's
staged.
what I was saying. Isn't that what I
He
said?
said Chris Rock
I
going
said
on
it was
tour in
staged.
July.
Yes.
People
Yeah.
finna go get them tickets
Yes.
ASAP to see how he
Yes.
felt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alopecia been around for a long time. This ain't
Long
nothing
time.
new to where we
Yeah.
should be holding this movement for her.
Yes.
Well, if it was
Yeah.
staged, it was staged good, and I think Will Smith had to walk a long way to deliver that slap. I
Yeah.
just think
He
Chris
walked
Rock,
up like George Jefferson.
Yeah.
Did you peep the walk?
Yeah. He was walking with his hands swagging, and Chris kind of waited for the slap, like, come on, hit me. That what you fixing to do?
I'm with you,
So it
baby.
should be
Yeah,
on your
might have been
page. It
staged.
should be on
Okay.
your page. Should be on your page, Brandon,
Okay.
so they can
You
go
guys
ahead.
Tune in
And
to Raise
tune
the
in.
Praise. That way you
Yes.
can hear me. You
Go
won't
to
get
my
this
page.
green screen. You'll get a proper screen.
You get a proper
the proper
screen.
everything.
Yeah.
I'm just doing this on Facebook
Mhm.
Live to let everybody know this is where we are. But go to Raise the Praise and go to what's the other thing called real quick?
Go Ministry Pro,
Go
or
Ministry Pro.
go to my page, Fred
Yeah.
Howard. Yeah.
That
Yeah,
is.
y'all check it out. Because see, the whole thing is that this is what we want to get to too. As black people, we have to understand too that we living in the world of what it is, and we have to know how to advance in this world, not to be caught up in stuff that where we can fall back or we can get thrown back or we can be locked up or incarcerated. We have to use our minds. We have to use, instead of our anger, don't lead with your anger, lead with your mind. Understand how much you can lose. You could lose the whole farm.
A man should never react out of emotions. And
Exactly.
we've all been guilty of it. And the thing is, once you do it, you immediately see what's going on. You immediately feel bad because you done said something you ain't supposed to have
Right.
said, have done something
Right.
you have supposed to
Right.
have not done.
But that was a long walk.
But he had
A
time
long
to
walk.
think.
That was a long
And if your
walk.
woman really, if you're protecting your woman and your woman really have intelligence and she's sitting there and she knows this man is my lead.
Exactly.
This man is the king of the castle.
Yeah.
He handle, he bring in the bread. He take care of his
Yeah.
family. Why would I sit there and watch my movement walk towards destruction, walk towards a bad situation, and not say nothing.
See, that's where it
She's
comes
out
in.
there
We are
smiling.
okay, like you just said. You know, the Bible says we cling to each other and we become one. When we become one, that means we operate in the same space too, the same energy,
Mm-hmm.
and that energy is coming from her, that's coming from him, and they are equally yoked. That means they're moving in the same direction at the same time. So when there's a break in that, when the wife is not connected with the husband and she's looking for leadership, but he's not connected in order to lead. See, in order to lead, you need to be connected.
So both of them is not only disconnected, they both toxic.
Yeah, they toxic with each other. They need to get that situation together because that wasn't about Chris Rock.
That's something that
It was
got
about
going
what
on
they-
at that house.
There's something else going on right
And
there.
the
You
foundation is that
Yeah.
red table.
That
They
it
need to
is.
burn that red
Is
table.
Ty Peoples related to you? Ty?
Ty?
Tay.
Tay.
Hey, Tay. She
That's
said
my
that was a love tap.
A love tap.
That was a love tap.
You know what? They done
Oh.
probably been in some secret freakish
Oh, now
sex
y'all done went
room
to a
together
whole.
and stuff.
Y'all done went to a whole.
Hey, I look at it like this.
Pookie, tell me it ain't so, Pookie.
If she really loved that man and cared about him, when
Yeah.
he jumped up and he started walking towards, she was supposed to stand up and call his name.
Yeah,
Or when he
That's
stood
it.
up, she could have easily grabbed his arm.
exactly.
Because
Let
his
me-
career is on the line there. You can't do that and act a fool in front of them white folks and
Ex-
think they will.
A better
Accept
move for a better move for Will Smith is when he went up there, he should have grabbed the mic and said, you know what, man, I choose to celebrate my wife, not talk about her. Yes, she went through whatever it is, but I'm just here to say that we made it through with love. And
Stand up, baby.
man,
Let
stand
them
up,
see
baby.
this beautiful black
That's it.
woman.
Let 'em-
Stand up.
Stand up,
Right,
baby.
right.
Gave Chris Rock a handshake and went and sat
Hand
back
that
down.
mic- man, hand that mic right back to him.
You talking about you trying to be a protector.
Man, that's a grown man move, bro.
It's a situation of you really want to do some protecting, you protect with your mind.
Exactly.
Idiot run out full-fledged because my granny always say, you think you bad, excuse my French, there's a nigga out there way better than you.
Way better than you. That's real.
Do
and then
not
you got
come across, man, don't.
and see, when you look at life and making moves in life, you need to be playing chess and not checkers. See, when you play chess, chess is a game of thoughts. Chess is a game
Strategy.
of knowledge and strategy.
Defense,
That's how
offense.
you need to look at your life. Make your moves accordingly. Don't just go out there and jump over 3 men and ready to get kinged in the back. You know, that's not what you
There's
do.
some crazy people out here. You will get killed in these streets.
Killed out there, brother. You would get killed. There's always somebody crazier.
I look at it, Unc, like this. You really want to protect your woman, you show her how powerful you is. He should have got up when they took a break.
Right.
Went and grabbed Chris Rock and told him, brother,
Yeah.
my wife was seriously offended by that.
Right.
And I can't stand for it. And if you my friend and you my brother, I need you to come out here and apologize to my wife
Exactly.
so we can get this straightened out.
Straight. And see, we two black men in this industry making money, we don't need to show out like that because that's just what they think we are.
Come on
They
now.
think we savages and we can't control ourselves. And when we show that, all we doing is justifying what they want us to be. And it is not like that. Black men, we need to stand up and understand who we are. Hold that
Preach,
crown.
preach.
Hold that crown,
part
brother,
right
and
there,
hold
man.
it down. See, when you teach your kids how to respect themselves and respect others, then you know how this world is going to operate brothers under brothers. That's what I'm talking about. You know, and that's what it needed to be done, man.
He was
Holla at
supposed
him.
to
Holla at
go
me.
holler at that man.
Holla at that
They'd
man.
have walked back
Hey,
to Jada.
Yeah.
Chris Rock would apologize. I believe he would apologize to her,
Oh, yeah.
hug that out,
Yeah.
and continue on with the show.
Right. Because the joke wasn't even that cold.
I mean, it was lame. It was lame.
It was lame.
It was lame.
It fell short. I won't even
Yeah,
repeat it.
it was-
I
it was
won't even give it the
seriously
money
lame,
to
man.
justify repeating it because it wasn't that good. You know, but I do.
First and foremost, who's seen G.I. Jane?
I have.
A long time ago. Yeah, with Demi Moore, yeah. Well,
Come on now, you telling my age. Yes, I have.
don't.
Yes.
I've never in my life
Uh-huh.
seen G.I. Jane. I seen.
it was with Demi Moore. Demi Moore was in the army.
I had to Google
Yeah.
it when he said it. I had to really look at that and Google it. Like, okay, what is what?
Yeah. But you know, it wasn't that funny, bro. It wasn't like it was really like something. But I think he was trying to be controversial. You know how they get up in the award show, and he tried to tell some jokes, you know, and everything. But
But what about from the?
But understand this. Notice how society is.
yeah,
Now, notice this. I was not watching the Grammys or was
The
it
Oscars.
The Oscars.
The
I
Oscars.
was not. I was, as you can see, I was talking about the Grammys. I wasn't watching the
Right.
the Oscars, but the minute it started popping up on social media,
Oh yeah.
all the looks, all the things went up, all the
All
numbers
of-
went up.
We were actually doing a show.
Yeah,
We
we
were at
had
a
a show
show.
at the time.
And we were on stage, so I was behind. He was hosting. I was about to go up, and Big Said came to me and said, "Hurricane, is this real?" You know, 'cause we thought it was a joke. You know, 'cause we seen jokes before where people hit people and stuff like that, and it's a skit. You know, I thought it was a joke, and they kept showing it over and over again. But we had to understand the power of the internet. The internet comes to you faster than anything else.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, TMZ can't
That's
even get
true.
it faster than the internet's already got it.
It
up.
was already had.
It was already up. Somebody always got their phone up, no matter what you're doing. That's what remember too,
That's
people.
it.
Don't be so quick to hit nobody because they always got their phone out. And all they waiting to do is to get a lawyer and sue you.
But this is my thing, man.
Yeah.
It's a interview with Jada, and she's sitting here saying, "I don't care about what people got to say about this bald head."
Right.
She's like, "I love me.
Right.
I know, it don't bother me.
Mm-hmm.
So why all of a sudden you bothered?
Right. That part.
Why you bothered when your husband is at his peak in his career and about to receive what I guess an actor would consider
Oscar, yeah.
Oh,
the
yeah.
most highest
Highest.
award for his craft?
Right.
Yeah.
This is when you choose to make it be about you,
Right.
because you ain't got no career no more, and you sit at this damn coffee table
Right.
demeaning this man as your new career.
Right.
So you wait till he gets to the Oscars.
Mm-hmm.
When you got people, first and foremost, let's just drop some facts. The Oscars has been around for 92 years.
Man.
Out of that 92 years we have, and I may be off only by one or two, it's only been 17 to 18 black winners.
Come on.
Out of that 17 to 18, and I may be
Yeah.
off just by
one of
one
them
or
being
two.
Hattie McDaniels.
This is the thing. Only 2 or 3 were awarded what Will received, which is the leading role.
Leading role.
The rest of them has
Supporting.
got supporting actor.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So he's in a rare group. This
Yeah.
is not about you. This ain't about, this man represents all of you. You're not only you're his wife, he got his whole family is there.
Yeah.
But the awesomeness again is what Denzel Washington said.
Yes. Go ahead and talk.
That was a word for everybody.
Come
Yeah.
on now.
What do you say?
The highest you go, that's when the devil is his busiest. It
High
may
level,
not be
high devil.
high level, high devil, and it was a strategic moment for you to hear that, and then to hear that. But then also on a lighter note, Samuel L. Jackson got his Oscar for the first time.
For the first time.
You know,
Yeah.
so that's a blessing. And the Oscars were directed by a black man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so
Will Packer.
yeah. So I mean,
When you're
all
at
of
your
the-
highest level, that's when the devil is at his
Man,
busiest.
it's
Right.
yeah.
Funniest part, the devil was sitting next to him
You know what?
Wow.
at the Oscars.
Wow. That's deep. You know,
Because who caused it?
what did she say, though? Did she say
No, it was
No.
the look. You can tell when
you
a man
when you saw
controlled
the
by
look-
his
the look-
woman.
Yeah,
when
I
he
saw the look.
and you know what, it would, I think it's a culmination of things. I think
Yeah.
I think this has been something that has been ongoing.
Yeah.
And so maybe the thought was, okay, we're gonna get past this one this time,
Yeah.
because nobody knows G.I. Jane.
we have to understand that God made man the leader. God gave man dominion. And when he gave man dominion, he made the wife a helpmeet. She's made by that innately. So when she feels that she's out of place or she feels she's not being given her due, she will react. I believe her reaction is from his action or lack of thereof, meaning that I don't believe he's been the man that he needed to be with her, rather her not being the woman that he needed to be with him. That's in my opinion.
So let me give you some education. We're gonna turn this comedians on the loose into a Bible study.
Let's do that.
We're gonna do that right
Go
now.
on and bring me out.
You know what? Let me tell you something. It says, the Bible says the woman is the weaker vessel, correct?
Right.
Now,
Me.
understand this. Understand this. If you have your phone, y'all have your phone, right? You have your phone. Now, when you have your phone, what would happen if I took your phone and I threw it out there in the street?
You get crushed.
You become lost because we so dependent
You're so
on what you
dependent
can.
on that little thing that is weak,
Mhm.
yet it's so powerful.
Yeah, you
Right.
I want y'all to catch that.
Okay.
So weak, but yet it is so
So
powerful.
powerful.
So we as men,
Y'all
our
hearing this?
responsibility
That's Pastor
is to
Howard.
protect our women.
Exactly.
Okay, now that's biblical. Protect our women, because when you buy a phone, there's nobody in this room that ain't got a cover on their phone,
Or
right?
Exactly.
insurance on it.
Or insurance, right?
Assurion,
They put
Assurion.
insurance on their phone before they put insurance on their baby.
Yeah. Exactly.
They put insurance on their phone
Assurion.
before they put insurance on their baby.
Exactly.
You understand?
I understand.
So biblically, yes, we as men are built to, because the woman is taken out of the man's rib, the side.
Oh, yes.
We're built to be a protector to the women because they are the weaker vessel. Yet, weak does not mean that they're weak. If y'all catch my
Man,
drift in a minute.
Here we left.
You know,
Pastor, break
but
that
y'all
We
don't
gonna
hear
cuss on the
me.
internet.
that word,
See,
Pastor.
I was trying to stay out of this. I was
No,
trying to
we
stay
want
out
you
of
in
it.
this. We
I
want
was
you in
trying to stay out of it.
Hey.
But you know, men have to take their rightful place. See, when I was growing up,
Right.
and I think we talked about this before. When I was growing up, you know, my mother worked when she wanted to,
Right.
because my dad took care of the household.
Exactly.
And now we say, you know, women's right, and they say, well, we need to do, we won't be able to do what we want to do. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. You can do that. But now the way society is, it has to be a two working home,
Household,
unless the man can continue to take care of this,
Right.
like me. Amen. Somebody.
Amen.
You know,
Right.
Hallelujah.
years ago in the 70s,
Right.
y'all look at this. In the 70s,
Yes.
how old were you in the 70s?
I wasn't here in the
You
70s.
weren't here in the 70s.
I was here. I was
You
here.
were here. How old
Yeah.
were you in the
How
70s?
much
It
was the
depends,
gas?
70 what?
75.
75, I was 9 years old.
Okay,
How much was a gallon of gas then?
75 cents.
Yeah, 75 cents.
75 cents for
and
a,
a bag of chips was
It's
$15.
Thank you.
$7.75
Let me say
now.
something.
you know,
Let me say
75 cents.
Let
Yes.
me say something on the same thing that what you're saying. Now, let's look back in the Old Testament. Let's talk about the Old Testament. Let's talk about Adam and Eve in the garden, where God did not hold the woman responsible for what she did, because you were the man. You were told to lead. So she's not really being held responsible. You are in charge of her, so you're supposed to tell her what to do or lead her correctly. Remember when all the stuff went down, he punished Adam
But why did he punish Adam?
because he was leading. He led in
He
front.
punished Adam because Adam was given the instruction.
Yeah, and he fell
And the
asleep on
instruction that Adam was given was to pass that down. The
Pass that-
instruction was not verbally given to the woman, it was given to the man as the head to give to the woman. Now, Taya said
Wait,
here on
well-
Facebook, she said, not only does the man protect the woman, but the woman is to protect the man too.
Okay, but
Thank
one
you,
more,
darling.
Watch one more thing.
Yes,
Watch one more
yes.
Thank you, dog. Don't
What
send
about-
your man out there to get
Exactly.
killed.
Right.
What about Abraham?
Okay.
When God told him to have a child with his wife,
Mm-hmm.
and his wife said, no, look here. She laughed at it. I'm too old for that. Go and have it with your maidservant Hagar.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he went and did that. He was told it was okay.
He was
but it wasn't.
instructed.
It
Yeah.
wasn't okay. It wasn't okay. That's what you wasn't supposed to do.
But understand, look at this. You know, y'all turned this into a Bible study. We're supposed to be
that's all right.
comedians
This-
now.
we-
But listen to this. That has been happening over and over again. God gave Adam the instruction: do not eat from the tree that's in the middle of the garden, tree of good knowledge of good and
Right.
evil.
Knowledge of
Do
good
not
and
eat it of that tree.
Right.
Adam did not eat of it, but Eve was beguiled by the serpent and saying, "No,
By the
if
pimp.
you eat of
The
this
serpent
tree."
was a pimp.
And she got the apples
and she
down,
ate the
made
apple.
an apple pie
Wait,
for
it's
that
not
white
an
man.
apple. Wait
and
a
you
minute.
know white
Wait a
men
minute.
love apples.
It's not an apple. It's not
Apple
an
pie,
apple.
rather.
It's not an apple.
What
it
was it
was
then,
a fruit.
Pastor?
It was a fruit.
Passion fruit.
It could have been a fruit, for whatever the fruit was. But listen,
Yeah.
nothing happened when she ate. Nothing. Nothing happened.
to her.
Nothing happened to anything when
Right.
she ate of that fruit.
But it was
Right.
when he ate of it.
When he ate it,
That-
then
Because-
their eyes were opened.
So in essence, he should have sent her back when she did that.
His
he
as
should've sent her
as
back.
the head, his responsibility was to say no.
Say no. You need to go back. God give
Right.
you another one.
If
That part right there.
that would be a sermon. If Adam just said no.
If he just said no. Amen.
And that
Why
goes
would the
on. Now
world
if you
be?
take
Yeah.
that, now you look at Abraham.
Right.
Abraham could have just
Boy,
said
No.
the
no.
doors of the church
Right.
are now open.
You know.
Yes.
The offering plate.
So
the
now-
offering plate has
let's-
been
The doors
passed.
of
Now, let's take
Amen.
this just like he's saying. This is the word. This is the word. Now, Abraham went ahead, had a baby with Hagar. The baby name was Ishmael. They do not recognize this as being his son. They said his first son was Isaac. And it was not. It was Ishmael.
See?
But you got to understand the flow of the word and
Right.
why. Because the promised son was who?
Isaac.
When we decide to do things on our own,
Go on, Pastor.
that's when we mess up.
Woo!
And
Y'all
God,
need to hear
you saying God
We're
don't
too
acknowledge
this
that.
impatient.
word. Y'all
We're
need to
too
hear this word.
impatient to wait on God to move in our lives. We want things now. We
Right.
are a microwave Christians. We're microwave Christians. We want it now. We want joy now. We want peace now. But sometimes when you ask for joy, God has to put you through some things
Woo,
in order
talk
for
about
you
it.
to appreciate the joy that He's
Talk
bringing
about
you
it.
to.
Woo.
Now, I'm not here to preach. We're here to laugh.
Yeah.
Y'all want to laugh,
Hey.
amen.
Yeah.
We can still laugh.
Yeah, we
in
can
the
laugh.
Lord.
We
So,
can laugh.
With him
Go
sitting
ahead.
next to the devil
Yeah.
and being influenced.
You know what? Quit calling folk devils. You know what? Quit doing that. Now I'm gonna take pastoral privilege.
Right.
And say,
Don't even use that word. We giving him strength here.
right. Don't even.
We don't want to give him strength.
All right, we ain't gonna say the devil then. Lucifer. With him sitting next to.
Louis Cipher.
Listen, man, this is what I like. You were speaking on it earlier. You got to be connected.
Right.
If them two was truly connected
Yeah.
and on a positive wavelength
Yeah.
and truly in love with each other,
Yeah.
it would have been handled correctly. You don't when you rock with each other like that, you don't move out of emotions.
No.
Your understanding and your communication is at such a peak
Right.
that little stuff like that is easy to handle.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That
But
ain't gonna
there
be no
there
big
is
issue.
something called lapse in judgment. Now,
Okay,
Which-
but see, that's
which
there
allows you to
there
make a
are-
mistake from time to
right,
time.
Right. There are because this is the
Let
thing
me-
that gets
let
me.
me- let-
Here-
yeah, go ahead.
Can I say this?
yes.
After all this thing, the question is, do you forgive?
Yeah.
Do you forgive?
Yes.
The problem with forgiveness is people say, I'll forgive what I won't forget.
Yeah.
But then,
That's not forgiving.
but wait a minute. No. You can forgive, but you don't want to be a fool and not forget what happened.
Okay.
Okay?
I get you.
But what happens is when you keep bringing up what you forgave somebody about, that's not
Oh,
forgiveness.
Speak on
come
that, brother.
man. If
How
Do you
many
hear me?
brothers-
If it's
how many
anybody
brothers need to
watching
hear
when,
that word?
when,
That
when you
always wanna
keep
s-
bringing it, I forgive you, but you remember when you did this?
Yeah.
I
Hello.
forgive you, but we remember what you did? No.
No.
Forgiveness means I forgive you, and I'm going to keep a distance, make
Yeah.
sure it doesn't happen again.
Right.
But I'm not going to remind you
Right.
So-
of what you done did to me.
And-
What if God, I put that on my Facebook, what if God reminded you of the things that he forgave you about?
It wouldn't be no forgiving. Yeah, I'd be so upset.
So if you in a relationship
Yeah.
and okay, I forgive you for doing that, but I'm gonna remember it. But every chance you get, you don't pay attention to this person's growth.
The red flag.
Every time you get a chance, you're throwing back up the past in that person's face.
When you're doing, that's not forgiveness.
That's not forgiveness.
See, forgiveness
So
means,
you can't grow either if that's the case.
right.
Forgiveness
See,
need to come with an OJ's record. Last
What is it?
night, me and my woman.
I just thought if anybody watching that needs to hear that,
cried
man.
together.
and then,
cannot
you know,
grow
you
listen,
can't
if you don't
forgive
let
when
go.
Listen,
when you
listen.
forgive
Grow.
your wife for something,
And move forward.
you need to really understand that there is a devil out there that is trying to
You got a
separate
tickler
you.
file. Got a tickler file.
Exactly.
Y'all don't know nothing about
I
the
know a
tickler
tickler file.
Tickler file is
When
that
you-
Rolodex.
Yeah.
Goes in, okay, he made it through this. He made it through this. But let me bring this back up again. See whether or not that's going to pinch him again.
Exactly.
You know what
Exactly.
Tyus said she could have stopped him.
Yeah.
She could.
She could
did,
have-
did I not say that when we first started?
Yeah,
She could.
yeah.
When he stood up,
Yeah.
she could have grabbed his hand, grabbed his arm,
She had to do.
Yeah.
sit on back down. We'll handle this another way. She provoked that. She gave him that look, like
Right.
this is what's been going on at home.
Right.
We already dealing with this type of stuff.
Right.
You finna let it happen on this type of scale?
Almost to look that's the same thing you said about me too. Always talking about my head. Now he talking about it. You know, that's the kind of look she gave, that he wasn't really being respectful. He laughed like, oh, he sure do. See, the whole thing is the disconnection. We can be walking together, but not be together at all.
Right.
Come on now.
And
Right.
people can know that. You know, when
Preach.
you have a connection with your wife and with your woman, she knows what you're going to do before you're going to do it because it's a connection. There's that energy. Me and my wife, I can walk in the store and my wife will know exactly what I'm fitting to do.
Right.
I tell you how you know your wife. When you get in your car and you going to work and your phone ring and you answer and your wife tell you, stop thinking about that.
Uh,
She already know what's troubling you. She already know what's on your mind.
but if you got a woman that's judgmental,
Yeah.
every time you try to make a move, she's judging you. She got something negative to say. Every time you never get the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
You always being looked at through a telescopic lens.
Right.
This woman never gives you the benefit of the doubt and don't see the potential in you to and move out the way so you can show that potential.
Exactly.
Then I know y'all told me to stop saying it, but that woman may have a devil in her.
The best thing they could do at this point right
Plain and simple.
The best thing they can do at this point right here is to reconnect and to show the world that they still stand as one. No matter what they went through or whatever it is. Yeah, he should do a public apology to Chris Rock. He should let that be known on what's that
What is it?
What's that MTV? What's the name?
No,
TMZ.
TMZ.
He
All
should
they
let
need
that
to
be
do is
known.
like grown men, invite that man over to the house, pull up a drink, and sit there and talk and,
get a good
apologize
cigar,
between each
get a
other.
good cigar and put that
Because all this talking that's going on
Right.
is just, it's
Oh, we
just
like
making
to-
it.
We like to see
This
the
is what-
fire,
this is what killed
the
me.
fire bill.
We
like
want
the
a
fire.
public apology. This man got slapped.
Yeah.
Now, if you want a public apology, you need to be slapped too, so you can feel what I'm going through for you to be apologized to.
Exactly. Exactly. And I
Like,
feel
what?
sorry.
All this public this and public that. Man, you two grown men. Call that man up.
Right.
Y'all chop it up like grown men. And then if you do want the world to know, post a picture when you get together and y'all having a drink and you chilling. Post a picture, put it on Instagram and Facebook.
That's
Let the
it,
world
man.
know. Like,
That's
listen,
it.
whatever y'all thinking, y'all can think. But
man,
we
y'all
done
broke-
handled this.
Y'all broke bread when the man cave, had a drink, put a cigar in the air. That's what it's all about,
That's
man.
what it's
At
about,
the same
man.
time, connect with your woman. That's your woman, no matter what her hair look like.
Come
no
on
matter
now.
what, till death do us part.
That's it.
Let what God has joined together, let no man put asunder.
Will Smith would be all right if he go home
That's
and
it.
he take that red table and he walk out his front door with it and throw it in the driveway and let him break into a hole.
And then go back in there, lock the door, and put on the Isley Brothers' beautiful ballad and play it all the way through.
Put Jada in a movie,
But
and
then
I bet you
also,
stop talking about it.
what we got to say is, this is Women's History Month. So we want to say to all of you women out there, we honor you. You are beautiful. We love you, don't we?
I don't
young
care
man?
if you're bald head, you got
We love you.
alopecia.
You are.
I don't care if you don't have no
If
edges.
it wasn't for them, we would
If
not
that
be
tooth
here.
right here missing.
That's it.
We
I
don't care
praise
what
my
you
wife.
going
My
through.
wife, Elaine, 32
Yeah.
years. Hey, baby.
Oh, you
that's
gonna
a
do?
shout out.
I'm gonna call my.
You better,
I'm
hey.
gonna say Carol. Yes.
right.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna call
yeah,
on
that's
mine.
what y'all
Brandon,
doing?
you can't say nothing yet. Well, yes, you can. I think you can.
I'm not married, man. So
But he got a down woman with
And
him.
I mean,
You got
we-
a down women. All
I
right.
heard
we
she
fought
down.
before I got up here.
That's right. Hey, look here. The key is not the fact that you might not argue or whatever. The key is that you guys come back together after you get
No, you're
through.
gonna argue.
You never leave.
But I don't call it arguments. I call it intense fellowship.
Woo, that's what I'm going
You have an intense fellowship because you're both fellowshipping.
Yeah.
It's just real intense.
That's intense.
you know.
I don't want to tell you what I call it. I don't know if I can say it on
No,
the
you can't.
microphone.
No, if you think about it, you can't.
But
Just
it's
don't
like-
say it.
Sometimes you try to, because I'm not an arguer. I want to stop the intense fellowship, and I
Yeah.
just want you to say, "Hey, listen, let me give you my point of view. You give me your point of view, and then you will see.
That's it.
You will see."
That's it.
But if you're trying to talk like that, and then the other person,
Right.
that's the devil.
Yeah.
And what you need to do is just say, "Listen here, Satan.
Yeah.
I'm about to go
Get
to
behind me.
Wingstop.
Get under my foot.
Get me something to eat.
That's
I'm
it.
gonna let you have this. You got that."
See, sometimes, man, they got something. We like to major on the minors.
Right.
If we look at sometimes the arguments that we fighting about, man, it ain't even that serious.
At all.
Then they just let it go, man. And sometimes, brother, when you think about it and you're arguing with your woman, just grab a man and kiss her, see what she do.
That's it.
That's it, brother. That'll stop that argument. If not, run out that house. That ain't the one for you.
But man, if you grab that woman and you kiss her and that woman headbutt you,
Yeah, run out that house, brother. That ain't the one for you.
First, get
Man,
some
listen.
tissue and don't
Yeah.
wipe the blood off your
And
lips.
yeah,
And then pray to the
That-
Lord. He'll send you another one. You know?
that there's the devil.
Right there, man, because he is, you know. We do fight against principalities of evil. Don't get it twisted.
Because what happens is, you know, even in the marriage, I know, Tyus, thank you for responding. I appreciate it. You know, it says, what does the Lord say? You know, the Bible says that one, we're supposed to be equally yoked. That's
Yes.
one. Number two, it says that, you know, in the marriage ceremony, it says you're supposed to love your wife
Yeah.
and
As God loved the church.
as God loved the church. But it also says the woman is supposed to love the man.
Yes. Amen.
You know, so you got
gotta know what love is.
Man.
right?
These folks nowadays don't understand
listen,
what love is.
as Christ gave Himself for the church,
Yes.
so you give yourself for your wife. I always tell people this in counseling. I said it's never fair.
Let me
it's never
say-
going to be fair.
Let me say
Never.
one thing.
Never.
My wife and I had problems a little while ago, whatever. And
Brandon, I know it's coming. I know.
and she went to counseling.
I just wish I was on y'all.
And she thought, wait, hold on. She thought the counseling was going to tell me how to change myself and everything. Well, I went to my own level of counseling, and they were. But she thought hers was going to be all about me having to change or whatever. And
And
they
they told her about her.
They gave her a book by Miles Monroe. It was called The Praying Wife.
That's it.
And that book right there changed our lives.
Yes.
When she learned a woman is supposed to pray for her husband. Not all the time should she tell him, because we're men, we're very prideful, and we have egos, so we don't take criticism well, or constructive criticism well. But when a woman gets on her knees and she goes to God with the problem, then God will take care of that with that man. Because if that man is understanding, and see, I always tell people too, you better come to him before somebody's sick on you. Because if she's praying like that, stuff start happening in your life you don't even know about.
And see, the interesting thing is when you're praying, you need to pray, Lord, get me right.
Exactly.
There you
Get
go.
me together.
Exactly.
If I'm not doing what I should be doing, make me right. Instead of, Lord, get that
That's
knucklehead.
so-and-so.
Make him do right.
I'm like,
That's
Lord,
right.
Make him
Lord,
do
take the devil out this woman.
That's her fault.
So we got to learn how to start praying for ourselves to make ourselves stronger, because when we make ourselves stronger, it's not just in our relationship.
Yeah.
It's in our jobs. It's in everything that we come in contact with, because we're praying. We're not being selfish praying for ourselves when we're asking Lord to make us who He wants us to be, because He's the creator. He's the manufacturer. So He knows how our bodies are supposed to be used.
Right. And you know, like they say, sometimes you pray for things and you're not ready. Like we pray to increase our territory at all times. And sometimes God will throw some things on you. Be like, wait a minute, hold on. You know, but you pray for that. Be careful
Right,
what you ask
right.
for. You know.
Right there.
But
Hey, I'm just, me personally, just trying to get to a place of peace and understanding
yeah.
and great communication. But it's hard to communicate when the person think they know it all.
That's it.
It's like, how do you get past that?
Walk out the room.
Not everybody knows it all.
No.
Sometimes you just gotta be still.
Yeah.
Just
Ooh.
be still.
And know what?
Be still and know that I'm God.
Ooh.
Just be still. Sometimes folk will tell on themselves.
So powerful.
They will tell on themselves.
Sometimes we be going back, and I'll just be sitting back and I'll be listening to it. I'm like, you so busy caught up into the argument, you're not even listening to yourself.
Exactly.
Because at the end
It
of it,
ain't
you'll
making
forget
no
about what the
sense.
argument is about.
Right.
Like, you ain't even making no sense, right? Like, you ain't thinking logically. Like,
Mm-hmm.
in a logical thinking world is where I live. I'm a resident. So I'm looking at everything from that aspect.
Yep.
If you sitting here being judgmental and you looking at it from how just how you feel something
Right.
should be or ought to be, then you're not thinking about it and looking at it logically. So it's gonna be a bunch of this.
Yeah. Button heads.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
So I'm just like, how do you get to a point where you say, listen, I want you to clear your mind. Whatever you're thinking about, remove it. And then accept what's being said. Process it.
Is that
It
what
get
he's
to
gonna
your
sit in
stuff.
front of somebody and tell them, boy, you gonna get run out of that room, son?
It happened every time. I'm like, hey, I lost.
You know what?
I lost.
No.
It happens every time.
There's an old saying that goes, do you want to win the battle or do you want to win the war?
See?
Woo, goodness.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Remember that old
yes.
saying, Kenny Rogers, you got to know when to hold
Hold him and know when to
know when to
fold him.
fold 'em.
My homegirl,
when
my
to walk
homegirl Jen said, when you get home, take that table and throw it out, throw it out the door like Uncle Phil used to throw jazz sometimes.
That's
My
it.
goodness. Yeah.
That's the truth.
Man.
No, I'm gonna say this. When it comes to matters of logic, which is opinion, logic is your opinion, how you think about things, versus her opinion, how she thinks about things. You guys can remain parallel on those subjects because you might not ever meet. Because if you were raised in different houses and you were raised in different ways, then her thoughts might be different than your thoughts. Your thoughts are
Totally,
different than
yeah.
her.
Right.
You know, so at some point in time, you can say, you know what? At this time, let's just agree to disagree. If it goes to the point of too much and it's almost time to go to bed and you guys are angry at each other, don't go to sleep with your anger.
Right.
Make sure that doesn't happen. That's the main thing. Make sure you try to make up a little bit.
Some folks some folks feed off that anger, man, and it motivates
Yeah,
them. And they
that's
hold
true.
on to it and they harbor
That's
it.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So it's like what you do in that situation. You just let it be. I'm about to go to bed. I ain't finna go to. You can go to bed mad. I'm finna go to bed good. I'm finna pull me a
Right.
nightcap,
Yeah.
and I'm finna, you know what I mean. Put
Don't
on
let
my-
the sun go down on
Your
your
anger.
anger. You are responsible
There we
for
go.
you.
Yeah.
That's why I say, yeah, I'm not finna
You.
go to bed upset, mad,
Right.
because then I'm gonna wake up sluggish. I'm gonna wake up in a negative vibe. I'm gonna
Yep.
wake up so.
Yep.
Yeah, it
Nope.
is.
I'm
There it
clearing
is.
that. Clearing
That's
that.
right. That's different, man.
At the end of the day, boy, that man slapped that man, and when that man repeated that he been slapped, but the whole world seen it. He said it as if Will Smith snuck up there.
Right.
Will Smith just slapped the out of me.
Like, we didn't see it.
We seen it.
Yeah, I saw that.
And that man's eyes looked like cue balls. I mean, because you could tell he was trying to keep the water from welling up in his eyes.
Yeah.
Because when you get slapped like that, he couldn't get his words back together. 'Cause
Oh,
he
yeah.
paused for a second. He had his hands behind his back, and he was like,
He didn't know who to give the Oscar to. When
Let's go. Let's go.
Wait a minute. He didn't know who to give the Oscar to. He was standing back there, and he was just
and the
like,
winner is
Yeah.
Sidney Poitier. Sidney Poitier. My bad. Who won?
Lou Raw.
Lou Ross.
You know, and the whole
Wait a minute. Now we know comedy is comedy, but that slap reminded me of my mama.
yeah.
My mama here at the church. Decided to lift up my voice toward my sister. She took me in the front of the church, and everybody was standing there, and she just went, "Wow!"
Yeah.
You remember that?
Oh yeah.
Y'all putting tears in my eyes.
And my daddy
making
was
me laugh
different.
so much.
He never slapped you with the front part of his hand. He liked to come with that back part.
See?
That backhand, boy, I tell you up.
Whew.
Hey,
and anybody who knows their worth in gold
Yeah.
knows what a slap feels like.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's something
But
that
this is a
you don't
different-
forget about that.
Coming from your mama, coming from Big Mama,
Yeah.
that it's respected. You're getting put in your
Right.
place. It's understandable. It's a part of growing and who you are
Yeah.
as an African American person.
Yeah.
But to let another man walk up and slap you is like you spitting on me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a form of disrespect. To give you
Slap
to
you.
give another man to give another man an open hand slap. That's a form of disrespect.
Listen, back in the day in France, two men would walk up on each other and they take them gloves out and
They
they go
sure would.
whack whack,
I was just thinking about
and
that.
then they pull out pistols
Duel.
and they have to do.
They would do it.
Somebody gonna die.
And they went through with it. And Brandon, they went through with it. I watched that on
You
a
gonna die.
movie called Jezebel. Jezebel with what's his name, Betty Davis. Just what he said. The brother slapped, the other brother slapped him, and then they made a date. They didn't do it right then and there. They said tomorrow
At high noon.
we will meet at high noon and duel. Now, don't you know, between that time I slapped, my anger would I'd be like, I don't know if I feel like dueling anymore. We can talk this out.
Let's talk this out.
Yeah, I don't
Nope.
understand why
You
I was,
slapped me.
I don't understand
We
why I was
dueling.
that bad.
The only way I accept anything from Will Smith at this point is if you gonna stand there and let me slap you back.
Right.
If not, I want to fade.
Want the fade.
I want the fade.
Let me tell you why the fade gonna come. The fade gonna come because Tony Rock gonna walk you down to Chris's house. And they gonna stand out front. Come outside. We gonna back up. Y'all gotta take this on one-on-one.
I gotta take this on. Sometimes you gotta go back old school, man. Ain't nothing wrong with a good old fist of cuffs.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with a duking it out. Ain't nothing wrong with a catching a head up
Man,
family. Brotherly fade.
Because if he would have hit his brother Tony like that,
Tony would have fired on him.
Tony would have fired on him straight up. Will knew who he was hitting.
He knew Pootie Tang wasn't gonna do
Wasn't
nothing.
gonna do nothing. You ain't running up on somebody who would have
Oh Lord,
put them natural
Will
things.
Smith just slapped me. What you announcing it for?
But let me tell you something, and y'all know this. He's got some good material.
Oh yeah.
Oh, like my
To last him a long time.
I got slapped by
You know?
Hitchcock. I got slapped by the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Who was he in the Wild Wild West? I got slapped by James West.
James
I got slapped by Ali.
Yeah.
I got
Ali.
slapped by
I got slapped by the
King
Muppets.
the
He
Muppets.
got slapped by
King Richard.
He got slapped by the boy that he
Oh,
was
goodness.
remember when he played Enemy in the State?
Enemy of the State. Pursuit of Happiness.
Yes, Pursuit of Happiness.
Every time he watch a Will Smith movie, it's just gonna start getting red and hot on his face.
Yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous.
It gonna feel funny.
It's gonna feel fun. He couldn't even sit there and enjoy that dinner that night because you get slapped like that. He slapped the taste out his mouth.
Yeah, he probably been a
He didn't stay at the Oscar dinner.
No,
He left.
but you gotta understand. He talked to himself. If you look at the video after, he's standing in the back. He going,
Yeah.
Because he's trying to process
He done slapped him
as
in
a
public.
man.
Yeah.
Did this just happen?
oh
to
my
me?
goodness. See,
Did I just get slapped in front of the world
Yeah.
for the world to see, and I didn't do nothing?
Nothing. Stood there and took it.
He
That
slapped me in this velvet lapel
Man.
suit jacket turned to corduroy. He slapped, and you ain't gonna just know nothing.
Nothing. Ain't took nothing out of that, man. That slap was heard all over the world and seen. It should have been a
Yeah.
natural response to fire him.
I'd have knocked Will Smith out,
Yeah.
and then I'd have walked over there and slapped Jada.
I don't know if I'd have
You know
slapped
what?
Jada.
I would have, and then I'd have
See,
went
you
up,
know
and I'd
what?
have went on
It
back.
never
I'd have went
fails.
back and
It
grabbed the
never
mic.
fails. He
Yeah.
always ends with something that
And
is
I would have said,
controversial. You know,
I'm Rick James.
This. Public service
And walked out.
announcement.
Look here.
Public service announcement. Don't listen to Brandon.
Hey,
Don't listen
man.
to
He
Brandon.
done turned into Goldie, the Mac.
I wish you
He
would,
is the Mac.
boy.
Cause the Mac. Look here, boy. Did he just slap?
Did he just
Did he
slap
just slap
me?
me? Huh.
I'd have slapped Will. I'd have knocked Will out. I'd have slapped Jada. I'd have slapped Willow. I'd have slapped Jaden. I'd have slapped Jada mama because she always with him. I'd have slapped her too.
She always with him.
It would have been a family slapping.
Slapping.
Everybody would have got slapped.
Man, I just don't know.
If you slap me, everybody getting slapped.
That's it.
Or if not, I'm shooting the family card when y'all pull off.
Yeah.
I just ain't taking no L like that. You not.
Chris ain't had a good year because Chris got divorced. What? Was that this year or last year? He didn't lost his wife. He got
You don't know
slapped.
what Chris going through, man.
Dog probably walked out on him after that.
The
man.
wife probably slapped him. All that did was bring back. That's why he went in the back and sat there and just started talking to himself. It probably brought back bad memories of his wife slapping him.
He contemplating all that, man. He having problems right now.
Hey, man, you
Yeah.
don't slap no man like that.
Ty
I think
said-
everything.
Ty said he wouldn't have slapped Dave Chappelle.
He sure
He
would.
sure wouldn't have slapped Dave
He
Chappelle.
sure would have slapped Cat Williams.
He wouldn't.
Cat would have jumped up and stole on him, but then call another brother out the audience to hit him too.
wait. Cat would have froze.
Yeah.
He would have froze first and be like, did he just?
Did the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air just put his hands on me?
I know he ain't crazy.
Hey, listen, man. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
No.
Keep your hand, man. Listen, grown man, you should have been able to talk that out and work that.
But man, we're not gonna. Here's the
You
deal
can tell
right
it was-
now.
it was
what
forced,
it is
though.
right now, Chris, you okay, man? Y'all just make
Yeah.
that up, man. Go get your money, man. Don't say the wrong things no more, cause now you getting slapped. You know you.
He
don't-
may have started something too, because everybody finna be feeling bold now.
Yeah, everybody gonna slap everybody. Now. It's just a slapping thing gonna go on the slap session. You know, you ever seen those though?
Today
You ever
on
see what them big brothers
today on Skip and Shannon Sharp slap Skip Bayless.
Wait, have you ever seen them brothers that get together and slap each other? Them big old dudes.
You talking about it's
Oh, yeah,
it's a
yeah.
slapping contest?
yeah.
Yeah. Them brothers,
That's a good way to solve it.
oh yeah, them brothers be knocking fools out. Though.
That, ooh,
They slap-
mercy.
They slap the
Yeah.
wax out your ears.
Boy.
That is crazy.
Yeah, that's it.
Pow. Whack.
Man.
Hey, I look at it like this, man.
Yeah,
He did it. He got away with it.
yeah,
I pray both of them brothers' careers continue to blossom.
yeah.
I hope they work that out whatever way.
Right.
At the end of the day,
The two black men and
I won't say this about this part though. Speaking just on the Oscars, we all up in arms and we all about the Oscars. A white man's forum that he holds over black actors' heads so high that they can barely reach it. And every blue moon, he allowed them just to touch it. And we sit here as successful and wealthy artists, black actors and actresses, and you sit here and you just suckle at it. When you can go and create your own. So, like it was Samuel L. Jackson's first Oscar.
after all them movies.
Samuel L. Jackson is the GOAT.
The GOAT.
Yeah.
Why are you just receiving an Oscar now?
Mm.
Why is the GOAT just receiving an Oscar now?
Let's answer that question.
Sam so bad in my book, when in his snippet in Coming to America, when he robbed McDowell's,
Oh yeah, that was cool.
he needed an Oscar for that.
For that.
You just giving the GOAT an Oscar now? And
Those-
we sit here and we respect this.
Yeah.
You respect saying our greatest ain't good enough. And they dangle it over your head and all them. I'm seeing all them black talented people in there just dreaming of being that white man's boat.
Man.
That's sad, man. That's why I don't watch that type of show. That's sickening and it's sad to me when you guys can create your own. Go right there on Tyler
Right.
Perry Studios and y'all create your own award.
Right. And we have
Bless each
you know,
other
we
and
got
give
the-
each other acknowledgments
Right.
and accolades on you. What are you waiting on?
Well, you know, we got the Essence, we got the Soul Train. You know, we do have award shows, but just like what you're saying, we need to make ours at the same level. Why do we go to these levels to be judged by these people of the academy and all that to make them feel us, make us feel low when we have achieved at our own levels and we should be congratulated by our people and of our peers.
There you go.
know, so yeah, brother, I understand exactly what you're saying, and it is a time right now. You mentioned the right cat. Tyler Perry can make it happen. Shout out to Tyler Perry, man, for doing what you do, partner. You know, you can make this happen.
The Black Oscars.
Yes, the
Hey.
I don't even want them to call it the Black Oscars. Name somebody that's pinnacle that's a real true pioneer and leader in the game.
There
The
it is.
The Sydney.
The Sydney. I
After
like
Sidney
that.
Poitier.
The Sidney Poitier.
I call
Hey,
it the
you all
Portier.
heard it.
Or either
the
Y'all
Sydney.
heard it on the
Or
RTPN network.
I like
the
that.
Sydney.
The Sydney.
The Sydney.
The Sydney.
I go for the Sydney. That's it.
Plain
Go
and
for the
simple, man.
Sydney.
The Sydney. That's it.
All black event where I'm talking about we celebrate and
Celebrate black actors
Man,
like Paul
listen.
Robeson and
I ain't gonna speak on something that ain't even gonna ever happen. But anyway,
it might, brother. It might. We're speaking into existence. That's what it is.
You make it happen. You make it happen.
this
You
was a
make it
good
happen.
one right here, fellas. As always, man.
Man.
Yes.
Big shout out to our sister. She
Yes.
couldn't be here tonight. She had to
Carly Carr.
hustle and get that moolah.
Yeah.
And we always, you're here with us in spirit, sis. For everybody tuned in, we thank you very much. We appreciate you, Pastor
Yeah.
Howard, as always. We love you and appreciate you,
Yes,
brother.
sir.
Hey.
We through here? We wrapping up right now?
You want to wrap up, or you want to
Oh,
keep
no,
talking?
no,
Y'all
no,
want to
no,
wrap
no.
up?
I figured 'cause it's
I
9.
mean, I can keep
You know,
talking.
we can keep going,
Well,
but
we had
you know,
one more thing. We were talking
One
about
thing.
a protector. What is a protector? What is the definition of a protector? How do you protect? When is a man rightfully to protect his family? And how does he protect his family? Real quick, in the instance, Brandon, you was the one giving us insight on that. If, as a young man right now, how do you protect? What do you consider a protector?
You protect by using your mind in every decision you make when it comes to your family.
Right.
You think it out. You don't enter in no situation without a plan.
Mm.
Unless it is some type of act of violence or whatever, and you have to pull out and go to work right then and there, ain't nothing to think about.
That's it.
You don't have to think. Ain't nothing to think about there.
Right.
You save you and your family.
Yeah.
But if it's a situation of you feel someone has disrespected you or disrespected your lady, it's a situation of addressing it properly. And then if it can't be solved then you remove that entity out of your life completely.
Completely.
Now, if they try to forcefully come back, then that's when violence is beyond okay.
Necessary. Now let me say one thing. I believe a protector too is because, I got kids. I've had family. My oldest is 34. I do believe in, of course, the word. The word is a good thing. It says, train a child up in the way they should go, and when they get old, they won't depart from it. So when you prepare your children for this world that they will encounter, and the best way to prepare them is to give them the shield of God and bring God into their heart. That way they can always go back. It said they will not depart from it. They can always go back on that. Now, as a protector and as a father, I'm like what Brandon said. I hope nobody ever comes at my family like that, because I am prepared to give my life for my family.
There you go.
God gave his life for the church. So I'm prepared to give my life for my family. So you don't want to see me like that. Just like, you watch them Wild Kingdom shows and you see a bear come after a mother and her cubs. And you watch that mother annihilate that big bear because she will do whatever it takes to protect her children. And that's how we should be, especially as black families. Prepare your children for this world and prepare them for what's to become. Prepare their minds as well as their bodies, because the body can be in good shape, but the mind can be wrecked. You have to prepare that mind as well as that body, and that's by giving them the word of God.
That is.
Yeah, just to let you know, when you said how do you protect?
Yes.
A man protects by listening to his head. His head is God. That's how he protects. Because we go back to our Bible study, every place that messed up was because he didn't enforce the no. No is a small word with a powerful meaning. You got to be strong enough to say no. And sometimes many of us mess up, men, because we don't want to say no because we want to be in good graces.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
But sometimes no is the answer.
Amen.
With Eve and Adam, no would have been the answer.
Right.
With Abraham and Sarah, no would have been the right answer.
That's right.
You follow me?
Yes, sir.
That's it.
Yes.
So sometimes we put ourselves in those situations. And again, we need to raise up some men that are really men.
Yes.
Raise up some men that are really men. So how do we protect? We protect because the woman is a weaker vessel. And our responsibility is to protect them just like we would protect our phone.
Oh, by the way, my phone is off. Yeah, I'm sorry, my battery went dead.
Yeah, see.
Not protecting my phone.
See, you didn't protect your phone.
I didn't protect my phone.
See, one thing that happens, if you lose this, guess what happens when you lose it? Guess what happens?
I don't have no connection.
You don't have no connection. You don't know who to call, because before growing up, we knew folks' phone number.
Right. Well,
My phone number growing up was 757-394. No, my phone 757-4906. I remember the church number better than I.
Yeah.
757-4906. Church number was and still is 757-3940. You understand?
Right.
That's what we
3477.
that's what we did. We learned. But now we just got to type in a name.
Yeah.
But this is so important.
Yes.
You can't go a day without it.
That's it.
Try it. You can't go a day, without it.
Man.
That is. Well,
And so
I
on this
heard it
Women's
from
Day, on this Women's Month, we care, we know, we exhort you, and we love you. But guess what? Listen, I thank you all for joining us here on today. Listen, we're here every Tuesday at 8 p.m. live and in living color. Next week we'll have our own Miss Carly Carr with
Back
us,
in the-
hopefully
in the
back
building.
in the
In the
house.
building.
Back in the house. I'm Pastor Fred. Go ahead, introduce yourself, Brother Brandon.
Hey, comedian Brandon Wiley here, 1/3 of the Everyday People's Podcast.
Tell them where they can find you.
All social media links, comedian Brandon Wiley. That is Instagram, and on Facebook, that's Brandon Wiley. So y'all be on the lookout for that. The Laugh Lounge, new
Yes.
comedy club, on the rise.
Yes.
So please follow me and get more info on that, on shows and all that good stuff. You did.
All right, who's next?
Yeah, I am 1/3 of the crew too. My name is Hurricane. Glenn Hurricane Peoples. You can find me on Facebook under Glenn Hurricane Peoples, or you're gonna find me on Instagram. I'm under God Got Hurricane. We do have a show coming up. Me, Brandon, Carly Carr, and a couple of other guys, Tony, and I can't remember the other guy's name. It will be at the Regency West. That is the Regency West in the historical Leimert Park, and it will be February 13th? 7th,
Like,
February
give me the
7th.
line.
It is next Thursday, February 7th at the Regency West. You can come see us live and direct. Come support your boys over here. Come laugh. That way you can get out with your lady friends, or get out with your boyfriend or with your husband. Get him out the house and come check it out. Pastor Howard will be in attendance.
Ooh, listen, and y'all can find me every Sunday at 10400 South San Pedro Street in the city of Los Angeles, where I am the senior pastor at Southside Bethel Family of Purpose, where we build lives and impact people. And we believe if we're not building and impacting, you need to check yourself. This is Comedians on the Loose. If you're interested in your own podcast or vodcast, go ahead and give us a call right there at 888-290-7277. We have some spots available for you to share your content. We want to make sure that we get the word out there for you and your friends. We're reasonably priced, so come on over. We're glad that you decided to join us here on this Tuesday evening. Remember, get out there, go out there and get it, because it belongs to you. Come on, come on.
Southside.
Hey, hey. Yes, sir.
On the bed.
The bed as a dough now.
Good, boy. I like that.
Good one, baby. Don't.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Good to go.